I woke up with almost like no memory. Like I knew who I was, like I knew my name was Kaia. I knew in general like who I was as a person. I didn't forget who I was, but I didn't remember anything.
She was like intubated, unresponsive. Actually, I didn't even notice. He fainted because he thought she was gone.
My first thought when I saw her was and nobody can tell me different, she wasn't alive when I first saw her.
I mean, honestly, that's what I was thinking. Like, I can't believe that my daughter's gonna die. And I was like, if you open your eyes, everything will be fine. I was literally screaming at her, like rubbing her arm, and she was unresponsive. And then next thing we know, she literally just popped straight up in bed and flailing her arms. And we all got ushered up. As soon as she sat up, they're like, okay, you have to leave now. And I believe that we were in there as a last-ditch effort to bring her back. I think that's why they let us in there, because the minute she came to, like, none of us were allowed to get near her anymore.
Almost all of my internal organs were lacerated and bleeding. I was pretty much bleeding out in my pelvis. And then both of my lungs had collapsed completely. I had a sacral fracture, which is in the back of the pelvic ring. And so my pelvis, if it's supposed to be like this, it was like this. And I guess cut my internal organs. So I had an open book pelvic fracture. So yeah, if you're sitting down, your knees are like this, and then mine would have been separated the other way. So like an open book on its spine. So I had nothing holding my legs together. And then later diagnosed traumatic brain injury and a couple broken ribs, which made it difficult to walk with a walker after the surgery.
My initial thought when I found out how serious it was is when I went to the hospital and I walked into the room. I feel like I'm a pretty strong person emotionally, and I instantly started crying. Like I had to leave the room because I couldn't control myself. And for me, like at 48 years old, I left the room and called my mom, because my mom's a prayer warrior. I was just like in tears, and she was like, "Hey, calm down. I can't hear what you're saying." So it scared me. It scared me bad.
I'd say I was fully cognizant like a week later, and they said I could make a 90% recovery to where I was when I got in the accident, which was really big for me because it gave me a lot of hope to recover and kind of set my drive for my comeback.
She was out right before Thanksgiving, and she was 2 months.
She couldn't walk until January sometime at all. So the rehab she was doing in the hospital was to get her to the point that she could get to the bathroom and back to her bed. And then that was the only rehab she did until she could start walking in January.
Watching her go from where she was in 2019 to where she was just a few weeks ago is nothing short of a miracle.
I'm really grateful to be at Purdue, surrounded by the amazing support that I have. Coach Jones, my lifting coach, especially my teammates, got blessed with them, and then being able to have my family around through everything that I went through. I'm just very grateful for all of that, grateful to be able to compete, and grateful to be here today.